Hi
Hey
everyone.
y'all.
We back. Baby, I'm back. Baby, we back. Hey. Welcome to the Soap Bar Podcast brought to you by the TV Cave. I am Ashley Sheree, and
Hey y'all, it's your girl Denise.
this is where you're going to get our thoughts on our stories, our opinions on certain storylines that really hit. So, of course, we might not hit everything. I know we was missing for almost a month. Yeah, for like about a month or so. But, I'm going to be honest and transparency. I'm all about that. Life just be life. And sometimes you have to take a step back in order to regroup and
Like,
rebuild. So, and now we are back in the
how
game.
you
And
said that? I was so real.
you get it.
Like it's real. Life be life be life, and then sometimes we gotta fight back, and us fighting back is taking a moment to rest.
Exactly. And I needed that. And my birthday was last week. Just came back from Antigua. I felt refreshed, renewed, rejuvenated. Refreshed, renewed, rejuvenated. The 3 R's. Look at that alliteration. The teacher became. What was that? The Jasmine guy, that different world. I just saw it come out of you. Release. Shout out to the legend, Debbie Allen for that. But so of course we're just gonna jump right into some breaking news, and it's not really breaking. It happened on Sundays. One of the biggest things. So the soap fans went wild. Nork went wild. Nork, stand up! New Jersey, we in there, baby. I love to see it. So it was just so amazing seeing Michael B. Jordan win. It felt like low key too. I'm gonna be honest. Oftentimes it feels like vindication for a lot of like for me the way I look at it and how people view soaps. They have to have at least 260 episodes a year. Like the amount of lines, dialogue they have to learn. He was on the training ground for that too when he was a teenager, when he played Reggie Montgomery, the adopted son of Jack Montgomery of All My Children. And I just also love seeing how, even his former co-stars were just extremely happy for him.
Yes. It was
Walt
so much love that you felt like he was getting.
so much love. Like, I don't know if you saw, but Walt had like a very nice message to him, congratulating
Mhm.
him. Susan Lucci congratulated him as well. Eden, who played Bianca, she congratulated him. I mean, the list goes on and on. And what really like tickled my fancy too is he had like a small interview with Kelly Ripa, who played Helly, and then Mark Consuelos, who also played Mateo. And they just had a moment, talking back and forth after he won the Oscar. And it was just very, very cute. And I was just like, woo, woo,
Oh,
woo.
you gotta send it to me. I didn't see it.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna find it. So like it was like crazy. It was like Haley, Mateo, and Reggie like chatting it up. It was just like wow. So congratulations to him. He's in one of the elites. He's back there with Sidney Poitier now, Jamie Foxx, Denzel Washington, Forrest Whitaker. And I feel like I'm forgetting
Well,
Will Smith, thank you. So like he's in that now. So now hopefully we'll have some more black women winning for best actress and Oscar because there have been some and they just didn't get their just due. So we always gonna be on your neck Oscars for that. So shout out to that. But also some other late like breaking news, and I wanted to get your point on it too. So I know him as Nathan Parsons when he was on General Hospital. And he played Ethan. So obviously he wound up being the son of Luke and Holly, which I thought he should have been the son of Robert and Holly, but that's just my opinion. So he's coming back. He goes now by Nathan Dean. Because at first I was like, who the hell is Dean? But it's just like I want to know what you think about him coming back.
I mean, I would have loved for Ethan to return. How I thought about it was like the timing of like, everything with Anthony Gary and then
Mhm.
like Tristan Rogers, passing. I'm like, oh, when I first saw the name, I'm like, oh, they're gearing up for the Tristan Rogers tribute. And
Yeah.
I was like, wait, Luke was his daddy. I'm
Yeah.
like, but that's like his uncle though. Wait. But then when everything came out and it's like, well, it's a completely different character, I'm like, huh. If that's the case, the actor who plays Nathan, I feel like he should have did a different character as well. Like,
Wait, he's
how are
gonna
you
be
gonna
playing
cast
somebody
as
different? He's not gonna be playing Ethan?
so I don't know. I
Oh,
don't know if
okay.
he's coming back as Ethan or not. So I hope not. I hope he is coming back as Ethan
Same.
because my biggest thing is y'all let everybody else come back as their character. don't
Period.
throw this curveball in there.
Yes, yes. So like, I definitely feel like the same way. But then also, I'm like, there's some other people who could have been brought back. Why bring him back now? Like you stated, when when Luke, passed on, or even for that little
Mhm.
memorial, or even like when Lulu woke up. I felt like those would have been like ample, an opportune time to have him come back. So I really don't get it now, like having him come
Mhm.
back. I was also surprised because, I've seen him in a lot of different works. Hello, the originals, like
Same,
other things.
same. Yes. So, sometimes when actors make that return back to soaps, you be like,
Oh,
oh,
yeah.
okay, this tracks with what you got going on. Okay, we
Mhm.
love it. Hey.
Welcome
But
back.
yeah, I remember when Lulu came back, they were like, oh yeah, Ethan was tested. Ethan was negative. He wasn't a match. But we were like, oh, is Ethan gonna be on the screen telling us he's not a match? So like you said,
Yeah.
yeah, the timing then we were like ready for it.
Exactly. Or even to when Sasha was going through what she was going through with Holly, and they just randomly threw it out there that now Holly was her mother. I just feel like there were other moments,
Yeah.
that he could have really came. But what, GH always moves at the own, beat of their own drum. So like we'll see what they're like kicking up this time. And also, and she's already aired, but Angela Farley is playing Deanna McBride, and we'll get into her still stealing scenes when we start
Right.
talking about BTJ too. So yeah. Do you know of any other breaking news? That was basically, I believe, like all that I had.
I
And
think that's everything that I had too.
okay,
Like
perfect.
his return and then Michael B. Jordan.
Yes. So, of course, like we'll probably, get into, some more. If I remember anything else, because I know it's been a minute, yeah. If I remember anything else, of course, like we'll talk about it. So we're gonna mosey right on along to Beyond the Gates, BTG in the building. So I'm still dealing with like how Kat is just really treated. So one of the
Mhm.
scenes that kind of really bothered me was when Nicole and Kat had a talk. I just really don't understand like why is this innate pull for they want Kat to move, to get over it and to move on. But even like me a few weeks ago, like Nicole was talking about how she can't stand what's that lady name, Leslie Dana, Honolulu Sherry. Like, but now you're telling your daughter that she needs to move on. Like, I just feel like Kat is the only one who really like stands 10 toes down, and it really expresses
Mm.
like that this is really like effed up, and
Yeah.
everybody wants her to keep, moving along. And I'm just, and I've always said this, like I keep saying this, I'm just really tired of Leslie Dana, Anna Lulu Sherry, like being in everything. And I thought we were making a turn, and it just feels like we're just right back where we started.
I feel like the only person that's like voicing their discontent still is Kat and maybe Mona.
Yeah, yeah, no,
Like is and I think Kat said something. Excuse me. I don't know if Kat said it or Nicole said it during their conversation. I don't know. One of them was like, I just feel like she keeps winning.
yep, yep. I feel like that's what the fans say. And this is how I know that they be listening to what we be saying. Cause I'm gonna keep it a buck. GH sometimes does the same freaking thing when fans be going off. Like they'll say something and I'm like, the fans have definitely been saying that. And we're very aware that BTG is they be listening and they hear us. And I just wish that they hear us on this too. I've said in the beginning, I had no problem with Leslie Dana, Honolulu Sherry. And I
Yeah.
actually liked Eva in the beginning too, but when you start winning all the time and there is no comeuppance or any consequences or anything of that nature, for our fan it just starts to get annoying. And then also that we keep seeing them constantly, it's like give us a break a little bit, and
Yeah.
takes away from the dynamic of the Dupree family of being powerful. Keyword powerful family. I don't see them as being how does Leslie Dana and Lulu Sherry like get away with all of this stuff? It's just weird to me. I'm
And I
sorry,
think
yeah.
that's a part of it too, is like not only does she keep winning, but she keep getting
Inserting.
away. And it's even like you're a total vixen. Absolutely. We know this is your role. Even in
Mm-hmm.
your facial expressions, your mannerisms, like the way you interact with people. but it doesn't necessarily have to always be in our face.
Yeah. Yeah, or
Like
even
you don't work well with others.
and I'm gonna get into a little bit too of like this week. Like I didn't under and we'll talk about it more when we record next week, but even her basically trying to ruin Chelsea's wedding day. I didn't get it. It doesn't make sense to me. Like, and we suspend belief all the time because we're soap fans, but it has to make a little sense. And this is why I'm like, well,
Mm.
maybe it should have been like, of course she cheated with Ted, and then down the line she found out that she was actually Barbara's daughter on her own reconnaissance, and then she was trying to get revenge on Anita. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that would have made more sense, but I don't know. I'm just trying to, just figure it out. And
Yeah.
also, so basically, Kat also had a disagreement with Nomas about moving in with the Grants, and I got what he was saying. Like, I completely get it because if you're in a relationship, that is a conversation that you need to have with your partner, especially if you're serious. Like that I completely get. Um, and I do feel like sometimes Kat can be very impulsive and, she's thinking about herself, like, of course, like I don't really think that I didn't really have a problem with Kat deciding to move out. To be honest, I wouldn't want to live with my best friend cousin and her fiance either. They need their own space. Like I would be trying to leave too. Technically, would I decide to live with my grands? Probably not, because I know that I have a man and we're looking into the future and like we're running so. And I know the house is probably huge, but I would feel uncomfortable too.
Yeah.
That's that's just me. But I also thought Martin calling Kat unnurturing or not nurturing type was like such an unnecessary dig, because the way that she's with her grand, the way that she consoled her mother, like Martin, you wasn't there consoling y'all mother after you found out about Ted having a side baby and was cheating on her all those years ago. Like you wasn't there. So, and also even how she's been there with Chelsea, and granted she do be calling Chelsea out sometimes and be hard
I think
conversations.
that's the thing. Like they call each other out and then they get mad when each other does it.
But I feel like too that in a way, I do feel like that's normal, because sometimes if you're being criticized, like you want to, you like, these are my people, I gotta hear it. But then it's just
Yeah.
like I don't want to hear it, but I gotta hear it. So it's just like instead of just being angry with them, sometimes you just have to take it in and receive what they're saying. And I think like they receive it, but it's hard for them to be criticized. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, I like how you said that. Like they hear things that they're doing wrong versus ways that they can improve and do something.
Yes. Yes. And then they come back later and they're like, you were right. Yeah, you were right too. Yes. Like, I just think that they have a hard time hearing it at first, and then they really like have to essentially like process it. I always
Yeah.
think, I wonder too if sometimes it's hard to be even more criticized by the people that you actually love and respect and admire.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think it's maybe a disappointment thing. Like I don't want to let y'all down. So kind of like I'm feeling like you trying to be disappointed in me, so I gotta buck up for real.
Yeah. Exactly, exactly. So I, love me some Chelsea Cat and their relationship, of course, of course, of course.
Mm-hmm.
So also we already know that Jacob is still undercover and that Grayson, basically, spots him. They have a conversation. Also along the lines too, like later on, he's like, you need to stay away from Ashley, like all of that stuff like that. The chief of staff is the person. She is the impaler, like we knew she was. I do like the chief of staff. Like it's low key a fresh of air of someone who really steps in the role of like, you know what, I'm a bad ish. I said what I said, and it's like
Mm-hmm.
I love seeing women who can lead and be a bitch and they own it. You know, like what I'm saying. So like, yeah, she's grimy. She's doing things that she shouldn't be doing, and she doesn't go over the top like like Leslie Dana Honolulu Sherry. It's kind of like like just right, like Anastasia too. Like Anastasia is over the top, but she's that snooty, snobby, social like itch that we
Yeah.
already know. Like that's expected. Like those two, like Leah and um Anastasia, like I'm with them being a an itch. Like be all the biggest baddest bitch that you want to be. Like I'm down. What do you think about the whole like Jacob, Grayson and Paula situation?
Um, so Grayson Pollard, it's a lot of jealousy there when it comes to his relationship with Ashley. Like,
You think so too? I was seeing chemistry. Okay, I
Cougar,
thought I'm not bugging. I'm not
absolutely,
bugging, right? Okay, thank you.
absolutely. She Cougar vibes for sure.
Oh, okay, okay. I thought I was
She,
tripping.
you like, my weeks are running together. So we're recording today, Wednesday. So
Yes.
Monday and Tuesday of this week has already come out, y'all. So I'm trying
Yes.
not to like
Yeah, we try not to.
because I don't know if it was this week or last week, but she was like, you can't please both. You know, you're gonna be able to hold down your girlfriend and this. You know, like
Yep.
how is that something that is you mad? And then the whole Jacob part of it, when he looked up and saw Jacob in the elevator, I was like, he still looked the same. Like it's Clark Kent with glasses. What do you mean? Like that's still Jacob in a hat. Like it's still
Yes,
Jacob.
yes.
So, and I feel like at first it was hard for him to feel like, okay, is this real? You know,
hmm
like, are you like, would you believe Jacob's undercover story as far as like, I need extra money, I'm trying to figure things out, or would you be like, he's a cop undercover? Like, which one do you feel like you would believe?
I probably would more so believe that he was a cop undercover. Like, it's like, get out of my face
Yeah,
with that. And I could tell Jacob was trying so hard to save his case. Like, you could tell he was, but like, and then I think Grayson
like
is
you think
probably
I'm gonna use my wife's money?
exactly, exactly. So that's where I'm like, well, maybe Grayson might be like, well, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's a man. Maybe he would feel some type of way about, because some men do. Some men do feel some type of way about using their woman's money. They just do. Like, so I would kind of be like, like, is that, like, if I was him, like maybe he really just don't want to use his lady money. Like, I don't know. But
Yeah.
as a woman, I am, if that was me, I'd be like, oh, he lying. He undercover as hell. Like, like, stop playing. Stop playing. What about you? You would think he would be undercover too, right?
I would be under like I wouldn't.
Oh no, yeah.
Oh, did I break up?
Yeah, it did for a little bit.
Y'all see me? I'm
Yeah,
good. Mic
yeah,
check
you
one, two,
good. You
one, three. Okay. Yeah, I would totally believe that he was, still undercover,
mm-hmm.
but I wouldn't let him know that I know.
Oh, okay. I see where you're
Like
going.
I'll be, yeah, bro, we gotta take care of the family, do what you gotta do. But
Mm,
eyes out the corner of my eye.
word, word. Same, same. Also, really quickly, something that I do enjoy when Leslie Dana Lou Sherry is around is like when she is with Joey and Malone. So like I don't know, she's a lot more enjoyable with those two. But Joey is basically he got Malone and he like, yo, can you get that lady together? I'm tired of her flirting with me. I was just like, damn. But I did like it, and I also feel like they really stopped, having her interact with Malone like that, which is kind of like a bummer. I'd
Mhm.
rather see that than her, running after Ted, like who don't want her in the freaking slightest. So, but okay, now this is one thing too that I gotta ask you. So, what do you think about Mona's jealousy and Pop and Randy? I gotta know.
So I was confused at first. Not me gonna sit here and hold you because I was trying to figure out who is she just like you want Randy or was it like a like it was at first I'm like, is this an auntie pop on the head? Boy, what you out here doing?
That's what it was giving at first, and I was just like, but you like him, so.
So like that was hard for me because I don't know if I had missed them liking each other.
Well, I mean, but you saw how she was looking at him in previous episodes and then inviting him to church and like, all of that stuff. So I do feel like Mona was liking him, and I think her seeing him with Lynette and how they were all like touchy feel, I think that that bothered her a lot. Now, would I have gone and popped him upside the head? Absolutely not. Like, I would have been like, noted. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
never gonna let you see me sweat
yeah,
ever.
yeah.
So, like, especially someone I just like, we were just like, I guess, like, just talking and trying to get to know each other. So,
But when
like,
was they doing that off camera? Because we ain't
yeah,
see it. We ain't
you,
out. I ain't really seen them in those scenes where they were just talking about them.
Yeah, no, no. It had well, I mean, they've had scenes in Orphan Jeans, but like not
Was
like
it
too
just them
many.
talking like but was they flirting heavy or was they talking about other things? Because I tried to go back.
Trying to
Mona,
find
you
that
like
episode,
him?
right?
Mona, you like him? I didn't know you liked him. Because I'm not gonna root. I love Mona. I root everything Mona. So
Yes.
if he doing you dirty, friend, you gotta let us know.
Yeah.
So we
But
won't lock in.
and that be the thing, stop having things off screen so we don't see it. Like
Mm-hmm.
when they had that conversation and they were talking, I just got the vibe that she liked him, and wanted something better for him too. But then they never really picked it back up. And then you just see, then she sees him flirting and talking with Lynette, and then he winds up leaving with her.
They
I
got
was like,
history
wow.
though.
Huh?
They got history.
Yeah.
They got history.
Yeah.
My Wi-Fi off.
Okay. Um, yeah, Lynette and Randy, they do have chemistry as well, but so did like Mona and Randy too. And the ship name for them was Ramona, which I thought was very, very cute. Like I thought it
I
was
love a good ship name.
right. It's so
But I
cute.
feel like him and Lynette got history. Like when Lynette
Yeah, they
came to
do.
town, she kept on saying like, y'all left me. We was more than this, da 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 da. And you could tell even how her and Randy used to look at each other like, oh yeah, they got history.
That something was like, yeah, something was there. And I do like the actress that plays Lynette. I think she plays that role very, very well. Like it's super believable, super gully. So like definitely for it. But yes, you're definitely right. There was always something there, like a spark between him and
Mhm.
Lynette, and like you said, the history, the aspect of it all. Definitely. Um Also, so now we got it. You want to save Deanna for last?
Yeah, because
Okay.
we've been waiting on her and she popped up.
At the door. Okay. Also Vernon decides to work with Bill in a legal way to get Leslie Dana, Honolulu Sherry out of the gates, and I'm here for it because I need to see them, stretch their power.
Yeah.
Like it's about time. This woman has been running ragged and doing everything since this show premiered in February of last year. It's time for her to get some comeuppance, and I said what I said.
Hmm.
Also Nicole shows support to, Vanessa dating Joey, but also makes, but I just wish that too, like she's been like very not supportive and supportive of Joey and Vanessa and just also knowing that he better not, hurt her in any way. I would have loved that type of energy when it came to Tomas's ass and he literally slept with your daughter's sister. Like that's what I needed. Sometimes I feel like with BTG, they miss a lot of things with Nicole, which then causes the fans to feel some type of way. And then I'd be pissed because I'm like, bro, like give Nicole a chance, but it's the way that they write her. Like she needs to be more invested in her children, like as well. And I feel like she's invested in Martin and her grandchildren, but
I
not
agree.
when it comes to Kat. And the way she speaks to her, the way she encourages her. It does look like Kat and Danny. I love their scenes better than I love Kat and Nicole scenes, and I hate that for me because I feel like it could be so much better. Um, Also then we have so Joey opens up to about his life with Vanessa. So yeah.
Yeah, that was big. And I just love this for John so
Hmm.
bad.
Yep.
Like I don't know if it was this week or last week. They was like, oh no, it was Instagram. Like I'm passing the phone to the Don Corleone of Fairmont Crap. And I like he's like a whole gangster. And
Word.
it's so nice to see the range of the character, and you can also tell that he's having so much fun playing it.
Yes. He loves what he's done. He loves what he does. He loves what he's doing. I love that for John too. He deserved that. I feel like here we go with General Hospital. But sometimes they just don't realize the gem that they have in their actors. And John has definitely been a gem. And he also does come alive when he's doing certain characters. I remember him too playing Craig Montgomery and As the World Turns. Like completely different, as well. So, and also had a dark side. So, and then you know him as Ryan Chamberlain on GH. He just don't play. So, yeah. Now we're gonna get to the last part of BTG. Miss Deanna McBride. Girl, come get your baddie chain, sis.
Like when I say because she came in like, who want it?
Yep.
Who got something to say?
And you serving it up. I was like,
Hold up. So how long you been messing with Joey? Girls just popping
oh
the
man, because
whole time.
that was disrespectful as hell. Like I know you escorted him out, but why would you even? I know everybody else knows, but you know your daughter don't know. You know she's been struggling with the death of her father. She hasn't even come back to her hometown because she didn't even want to, be around things that reminded her of her father. And you're
Yeah.
literally going to be macking this man outside of the event where y'all just had, this whole clinic named after him. Like, Vanessa. I just is like, but she went in. She went in, and I felt like it was deserved because to me, it does appear like Vanessa is prioritizing Joey over her children. That's just what it feels like to me because even after that, she went straight to Joey. Whereas for myself, even though her son said, I got it, like I would have been texting, calling, waiting outside my car, trying to be like, well, can I come in now and talk? Like, I do feel like it. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know. What are your thoughts too?
Um, I feel like Darnell went into Donnell. Donnell, right? Is it Darnell or Donnell? Is it Donnell Jones or
Donnell,
is it
Donnell,
Darnell?
Donnell, not Darnell, Donnell,
Donnell Jones.
Donnell.
Okay,
I be
Donnell
tripping up
Jones.
too. So
But you gotta love it when you got a black show and it's black names and it's ethnic and you like, well, which one is it? Is it? Because
it could be because is it Deanna or Deanna? You know what I mean?
uh, okay. So I feel like he went into a brother mode, which was like concerning. Like he made it seem as if she had mental stuff going on.
Hmm.
Like, and as I was watching, I'm like, okay, is this a twin being concerned? Because he's had conversations with Joey.
Yeah,
Even when he tried to tell his sister, like, you don't know everything.
yeah,
Like it's because remember when he came to town, wait a minute, he came, Doug
yeah,
body was
yeah.
he
And he was
he,
going
he
through it
don't know
too.
where Doug at.
Yeah,
Right. So it's like he has more time to process it. So I feel like he was giving his sister grace in that. But I feel like in him telling his sister, like, hey, Joey's not that bad of a guy, like I
yikes.
kind of like them when you think about it. I think that also made her feel like, oh, he not on my side too.
Yeah, who do I got?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And it also puts him kind of in a rock and a hard place too because that's his mother, but that's his twin. So like
When, yep.
it's kind of like you know what I'm saying. And I just also feel like he just wants everybody to get along and be okay that their dad isn't that their dad or husband isn't here right now, and how can we
Yeah.
just move forward as a family, as best as we can, like still knowing that his death still haunts us. Obviously, is gonna loom over them for forever. So Woo child. But I did like it. That felt like soap to me, her going in on her mother, like, even like the dramatic sobbing that Vanessa was doing was soap too.
He said, I
Oh
said,
my God.
it
About
was
to
so
fall out.
soapy. It was so soapy.
We love soapness. Oh my goodness. Anything else on BTG?
TG. Nope.
Nope.
I would say that's it.
Also, they dropped more colors of the Chelsea cat bag. So, yeah, I might have to get the royal blue and white one. And also, I got another Chelsea cat bag. Someone gifted it to me for my birthday. I'm about to be Chelsea cat bagged out. I gotta get the Anita baby bag. That's next.
Yeah, I like the color of that one.
Exactly. Make sure that y'all check that out. So we're gonna mosey right on along to Bold and the Beautiful. Woo, child. Okay. Also, Boat has been doing very well in their demos lately, and I was just telling Neen this too. But I get it. They're like a 30-minute soap that's 18 minutes and 30 seconds. Crazy, I know that, but yes, I do. Um, and they have been entertaining. Like, I'm not gonna hold you. It has been. Even though they piss me off to the high heaven sometimes, I can still like the thing is I can deal with Bold and the Beautiful because they're just so unserious. So Bill and Katie got into it with Ridge and Brooke again over like Eric and the fashion house of Logan or whatever. My thing is that Eric went to them. Like everything Bill is stating is true as hell. Like he came to them and they accepted it and he was paid. Like these are now the property of Logan Designs or Fashion House or whatever they gonna call it because they just call it Logan. I don't know, but like those are his. Like they paid for it. He was compensated. So like I don't understand like what the hell the problem is. And Brooke is like, my name, my name, my name. Brooke, you're coming off selfish as hell because that's Katie's
Yeah,
name too. What are you talking about? Like, just because Rich gave you your last name as a pet name, don't mean that it's only your name. Like, what? But I did feel like their dinner scene was really, really good. Like,
I agree.
did you like, because especially when Katie was like, I was sick.
It it was like I want to be able to move past this. I want to be able for us to have a relationship, but you have to acknowledge this is what happened. And you
Exactly.
could tell she had been holding it in for a while.
Yes, because everybody always shies over what Brooke has done. Brooke is known to just, Brooke take your man Logan. So like, and they just move on from it. Don't do that to me. But it's true, and they just move on. Nobody's ever upset. Like you literally stole your sister's husband, as she was sick as hell. Like, girl, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, you did it.
you did it. So, yeah, but I really enjoyed like them having it out and like Katie really being able to like express her pain and what she
Mhm.
felt and so of course they still decide to go and have the fashion show. Eric is like, "Oh no, I can't believe that they're going through with it. I would go through with it too. What are you talking about? What are all of y'all talking about? Like what?" And then they try and crash it. So, I just was like, but I was going to say like Bill is funny. Did you Bill is funny. I gotta give it Bill is funny as hell.
Bill is a shit starter. Bill is an antagonizer.
Yes, definitely. Definitely. But I ain't gonna hold you. I do be rolling. He be having me kikiing. Like I can't even be- he's just the way he says things is so matter of fact and nonchalantly. Like, sometimes he gets amped up too, but at the same time he just like he came to us. Like you forced him into retirement. Like and I'm
No,
like
I didn't choose to do it like this.
exactly. And I'll be like, I'm like,
I
kind of
no
right.
accountability. Like, just do what you want.
Yeah, crazy, crazy and insane. Okay, so also we have like Electra is still being a whiny baby. She getting on my last nerve. If I hear from Ivy again one more time, not proper, like I'm gonna like my brain is gonna explode. She like says not proper 20 million times, like every single episode. But at the end of the day, too, I was just like, Electra, you have no right, no authority to tell Steffi, the CEO of the company, who she can and cannot hire. I was like, girl, have you lost your ever loving mind? And also recognizing Steffi had to do it all the time with Hope because they was fighting over the same man for about 20 years. Or men, technically. There was a couple of them. So, yeah, do you have any thoughts on Electra?
No, I feel like I've always tried to give, I'm not gonna say always, 'cause I ain't always been there, but I try to give her grace after everything happened with the situation, but I feel like it doesn't give you a pass for behavior. It doesn't give you a pass for being a brat.
Yeah, yeah. Like I thought that was very bold of her to tell her, to try and, come back at her boss. Like,
Yeah.
she
It's
like,
like entitlement almost.
yeah. And that just don't and that, just don't feel right at all. But I had to admit, like, Dylan and Will, I feel like they have more chemistry than Electra and Will. Like it's about to make me be more of a fan of them more so than like Electra. Yeah, I'm kind of
It's a
feeling
lookup. Like,
yes. Puppy dog eyes.
Like I see where y'all going there, and you know what?
I don't mind it.
I don't mind it, damn it. I don't mind it.
Not at all, not at all. And then hopefully maybe Electra could one day put on her big girl panties and stop going to her aunt about every single thing.
Of course
Grow
not.
up.
That's the entitlement.
Yep, she definitely has to grow
Like
up.
I gotta go tell.
Yes, like what? Oh my goodness. Oh, in past weeks too, obviously, Deacon and Taylor and they're going on. I'm probably like one of the few people. I know it's wrong, but they got chemistry, Rebecca and Sean. I'm like, I gotta like it. I can't help it. So like I'm here for it in a sense, but Sheila gonna lose Sheila's going to lose it. She's gonna lose it. Oh my God. So
Feel like
thoughts?
it. You know, I'm not having sympathy for Sheila, but she losing her man in her face.
She
Like
is.
it's not hidden. Everybody knows about it.
Everybody.
Your staff knows about it. Because why would you bring? We actually talk about this. Why would you bring the person who you're dealing with on the side to the restaurant that you share with your wife?
Why?
Audacity.
Yes. Like,
And I feel like when Sheila spaz out, it's on y'all.
mm-hmm. Gonna be freaking insane. I'm just like, especially like, okay, so I'm like, right now, y'all have decided to not, be together. You're not gonna move forward with it. Steffi has laid down the law to her mother. Obviously, she's like, my daughter comes first. Like, I'm not playing those games. So completely get that. Um, but at the same time, I'm like, well, Deacon, you know how you feel about Taylor. Leave Steffi now. Of course, I know that wouldn't be Soapy, y'all. But leave Steffi, leave Sheila now. And then, like, let some time go on and then, like, be with her. I mean, granted, Sheila, even if it was some time past, she probably would still be like, type of situation.
Yeah.
But leave the girl. You know you don't want that woman. Leave her. Okay? You got off when she was crazy and now it's just like I don't want to deal with the crazy anymore because your granddaughter helped murk two of my closest friends and I never got over it. So like, yeah.
And I feel like the thing about it is like she knows now as well, like he don't want to be with me.
Yep.
Which is a tough pill to swallow, especially when it's in your face.
Yes. Yes. Ooh, child. Anything else for Bold and Beautiful?
That's it.
So we're gonna mosey right on down to Days of Our Lives. Also with Days too, Alice who played um Rachel Black, she wound up leaving, and I was like, oh snap. It's like,
And she
okay, she's leaving.
and she was doing so good.
She was doing so good. The new Rachel premiered too, had the audacity. We'll talk about that next week. But yeah, she premiered. Her name is Lorelai. So I wanted to make sure that we spoke on that because we're definitely going to be getting into like the whole Sophia Rachel Black situation. But before we get in there, okay, so Javi did call Leo and basically softening up, wanting to be back to him. Where I thought that Leo went wrong is I would have stopped. Like, I want to tell you right. Sonya, you got to beat him to the punch. I'm going to tell you right now what's going on. Dimitri was framed. I'm trying to find out. Yes, I'm with him, but I still want to be with you. The fact that he let Javi go on and on and on and didn't try to like tell him the truth first, you already knew he was going to hear Dimitri. But I was like, damn, Leo, like you shot your own self in the foot. Like completely right there. Like you had the chance and then you just like, you know, mucked it up. Your thoughts?
We were rooting for them. We were
We
all rooting for
were
them.
rooting for
But I feel like at the same time we weren't.
you.
You know, like I feel like I take like an Ari approach when it comes to like all things Leo.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I feel like we knew with Javi being off screen too that it was gonna be like a chance of them not together, Leo being with Dimitri, but I just feel like I'm not gonna say it happened fast, but I would
Mm-hmm.
have liked to see like
Build up.
grief from Javi no longer being there, like oh, I leaned on you type of thing, but it kind of wasn't like a sadness to me.
Yeah, yeah. I could do. I could. It was because he would have his moments, and then he would just go right back to Dimitri, or
Yeah.
Dimitri would be in his face. Like it
Right, like
wasn't
out of sight, out of mind. But y'all just
exactly.
made us feel like you and Javi was like this beautiful love story. And now you
Ex-
just like, he gone, hey, like,
And then when he
grieve.
call or something, then it's just like, oh, oh, woo, woo, woo again. The man I love who made me change my ways in life.
Yeah, but you over here playing in his face. So,
Completely. I definitely agree with that. And then, I felt Javi too when he called Gabby, like, yo, so you wasn't gonna tell me? I felt that too because you'd be like, but then I also get it too, like sometimes it'd be like sometimes you don't want to be the person who has to tell the person you love about things you've seen because yeah. And I'm gonna keep it buck. Like, as a woman, I hate telling another woman who I may be extremely close with about their partner or somebody doing something out in the street
yeah,
because
something with a man.
yes, then you look like the hater. But then if you don't say anything, then you look like the bad friend. Bitch, I knew you was gonna stay with the nigga anyways. That's why I ain't say shit. Like, I hate that shit. So pardon my French, y'all. But that's how, so I kind of understood that too. Gotta talk about Sophia. Sophia, child, vixen as much as she wanna be. You're literally now coming at Melinda Trask, the only woman who had your back, the only person I should say who had your back and really tried to help you in your predicament. So you're losing any allies that you had. You're also manipulating the F out of Rachel. Like, I'm like, yeah. And then she's also plotting on Johnny Chanel. And I'm gonna say this. I love me some Sophia, but if she with
You
my
better leave them
Johnny and
alone.
Chanel,
If you hurt them, if something happens to the
the
baby,
baby
if you try to steal Trey, in anything, we coming for you.
coming. Leave them alone. Like, I could let you
Leave them
manipulate little Rachel now.
talking about you can mess with the kid, but you better leave Johnny and Chanel alone.
We're way too hard for her to get pregnant. I need this baby to
I'm
be born.
screaming.
I need her to keep Trey. Like, stop playing. That's my couple. So, yeah, but I still do like her, but I'm just like, she, how they're writing her does give me old time soap. It does. Like, sometimes I feel like you don't ever really see the vixen like that anymore.
Yeah,
Um,
that.
so I feel like it's just like a breath of fresh air, and and she's still like a morally gray, like she's not fully evil yet. You know what I'm saying? Like she still has, some type of like, not all the way bad. She's like 70% bad, 30% good. I mean, it's
I'm like, it
getting
still
dwindling.
show up. It show up at times, huh?
Yeah, just minimal. It's dwindling. It might go down to 25% good at the rate we're going. But I'm just I'm just saying. Oh man, I just can't. So yeah, and then also Johnny and Chanel looks like they're, about to officially have their adoption, and that's going well. Love that for them. Also, the big news too is, and this is what I forgot too in breaking news, is that Lexi is back. She has been recast. It's not Renee Jones. I believe her name is Nikki Crawford. If I'm wrong, please excuse
Okay.
me. Going off of memory. But yeah, like I'm intrigued by this. You know, EJ bringing in Paulina and telling her the truth, I was like, oh snap! Like, how is this, essentially gonna go? Of course, it'd be like she has to live. Like, I'm not gonna, basically ruin the chances of my husband now and my stepson having an opportunity to see his mother, to see
Mhm.
the wife. Like, you just can't. Then you would look like an evil person. The only thing that concerns me with this is just that this needs to be Abe and Theo's story. This should not be Paulina and EJ's story.
You feel like they too involved. You feel
Yeah,
like they too involved.
they're
Okay.
or they're going to
Okay.
keep it that way. Like right now, it's fine. But like even we should also be hearing more of Theo and Abe talking about Lexi. Like, you know how they
Yeah.
usually like start gearing up for that. Like we should now see them more. They should be talking more about her, things of
Yeah.
that nature. And they're not doing that already. And that concerns me because that's, his wife and that's his mother. Like those two need to be more involved in that story. What do you have any thoughts?
It's so much. I don't want to say bad blood, but it's bad blood between Abe and the Demir family and the Demir
Oh
business.
yeah.
Right. So like with Theo taking over for the Demirs, I feel like that father son dynamic should show more, and I feel like it should also show more of the, I don't want to say revenge, but like power struggle between Theo and EJ.
Yeah. Mhm.
I agree with that. I wholeheartedly agree with that. But I feel like with Paulina being his wife and Paulina having the influence over the city that she does as well, I understand why she's like a focal point
Yeah.
of the storyline. But then because we know if there's any soap that's gonna like highlight diversity, Days has always been
Yeah.
ahead of that. I don't feel like all the black people need to be involved in the same storyline.
That's true too.
Like I was trying to say it a nice way.
Yeah,
Like that's
no.
what it comes down to.
But that be the thing. Look at the Robinson clan on
Yeah.
GH. They keep them very much like catered to their own. But I have to say, with Theo, I do feel like they have him a little bit more immersed than like others because you can see
Okay.
him kind of like having a thing for Gabby, but leave Jada alone. If you don't like her like that, then leave her the F alone. She should be with Sean anyways, but that's nor here or there. You see him like talking to like the Hortons and things of that nature, and then he's
Mhm.
also like, mixed in there with the Demaras, like his family, as he should be. It's more so like I feel like with Abe, he doesn't really have like he's just a drop in, and I hate that for him. He's like the longest standing character right now. I believe
Mhm.
that Mr. Reynolds has been there the longest out of anybody. He deserves more story. I do feel like love Jackie Harry, legend, 227 forever, but it does feel like she's always in the story. Same
Yeah.
like EJ is always in the story, and they're always the focal point versus like anybody else. But that's just my opinion, but I definitely agree. And on that point, they do like Paulina's like finish the project, do what you got to do. I will let her finish too because I can't tell you no. Like what? Then I illed her all over again. No, just do it, and we'll like finish it. Figure it out later. Now, moving on to one of the storylines that I actually really did like, that really surprised me because I didn't like it in the beginning, was basically the conclusion for Stephanie and Stephanie's stalker story and how Jeremy
Mhm.
was involved in it. Girl, when I say, because I do believe that I'm giving some pause, 5 4 3 2 1, that the man who plays Jeremy may not be staying on. I believe I saw that he will be leaving soon,
Okay.
which
Okay.
completely sucks because this is how I looked at how I wanted it to go. Jeremy and Stephanie trauma bond. They bond over the fact that they were both kidnapped. They were both, and trying to figure out how to survive. Like, this man dislocated his thumb trying to get out, like doing like all of this stuff. She had to kiss her kidnapper, Owen, and they had to do all of this other stuff. It would have been great if now we have a triangle between, Jeremy, Stephanie, and also Alex. And for me, I would, low key, like Alex and Stephanie are cousins by adoption. And I hate when stories do stuff like that. Yeah, girl, they are. Yeah. And Stephanie's mother,
You
Stephanie's
don't.
father.
I'm about to say we ain't finna gloss over that. Like I did not just learn that.
Yes.
Oh,
I believe in Angelica was a Devereaux.
mm,
and and also and she was Alex's mother. I have to look at the results too. And then Steve was related to them as well. So they should be cousins, and they essentially Justin and Adrian had adopted Alex. Well,
Hmm.
Justin is his biological father, but Adrian adopted him, so that's how it worked. So yeah, they're cousins by like adoption or some mess like that. So essentially, like people be like, "Yo, they cousins," and here y'all go. Y'all soaps love the kids. We are not guiding light. We are not in the territory of Tammy and Jonathan no more. Like we're not doing that. That y'all need to stop that. General Hospital, I'm looking at you. So like let's move on. But yeah, so essentially, but back to what I was saying. I just wanted it to be like more of like, Jeremy and Stephanie, they're trauma bonding over something that they both went through and nobody understands. And Alex is a little bit jealous, but he's trying to be understanding. But she keeps having this gravitational pull towards Jeremy just because of what they went through. I could
Hmm.
already see the trauma in her face, like when like Kayla was hugging her, when Steve was hugging her. Like you already know the trauma is forming. It's there. She's about to be going through stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like you could just see it.
Oh, that's
Um,
fair.
so, but what I did appreciate is Jada apologizing to Jeremy and also Alex. But also for me, like seeing those scenes, I was like, Jeremy's looking like, like you better watch it because I might be coming for your woman. Like that's what it was giving. That's what it was low key like giving me a little bit. What were
So
your
I
thoughts?
felt that. I felt that as well. I was
Okay.
like, because initially we thought Jeremy was the one who was the kidnapper. And
Yep.
then when Jeremy's sitting in the chair across from her, and I'm, oh, okay, this is how we doing it. I was like, is this a Kim test? Are they like we were kidnapped, we about to fall in love? Then have they been in love before? Because,
They have.
me new to this side, so I went digging. I asked Google, and Google did say that
Google is
they
your friend.
had. Google is my friend, okay? Google let me know. So I was like, oh yeah, they trying to put this back.
Yep.
But then you got Alex sitting at the crib just so sad. It's just so sad. Oh, what scene was that? Who was there? I want to say
Was it
Ned, but
Steve?
that's not. What's Ned's name on it?
No, Justin. Yeah, it was Justin. He
Justin.
was like, "You
He
gonna
was
take a
sitting on.
shower?"
Yes, he was just sitting on the couch so sad, and because Justin came to the door, it was just like, and he's dead. And I'm like, oh my god, is she finna fall in love with Jeremy again?
hmm
But they're cute.
They're cute. I think they have more chemistry too, as well. Like, so that's why I'm kind of pissed that y'all already know why y'all getting rid of the Hortons. Like, Jeremy would have been a great Horton. To be honest, he should have been a doctor like his daddy. And also his daddy was a good man, but his granddaddy was very morally gray. Like,
Mm.
very. And he could have been like his granddaddy, getting himself together, obviously, because some things happened with him and Stephanie in the past, too. Like, he was like emotionally abusive, and now I went to counseling, all of this stuff, and I tried to, save your life. And, now we're bonded. Sometimes I'd be like, stories, it writes itself. Like, why do y'all do things like this when it literally writes itself? And the fact that he probably won't be staying is such a bummer because I do see that there's
Yeah,
something there.
yeah, yeah.
So.
I agree. I agree with that.
And with that, do you have anything else for days?
Nothing else for days of our lives.
Okay, chugging right on along to, General Hospital,
It's a
GH.
lot going on in Port Charles.
It's always something. I just have to say, I hate the kissing cousins. Please make it stop.
I'm so over them using Sam babies anyway. Like I just don't.
Yes, the Sidwell thing too, but how he is like, so now Scout's doing well. She's with her grandmother and her aunts and everything is great. But now it's just like Sidwell's like, I want her home. Like, what? Also, how does he know what she's done? He should like now he just know everything. He's all knowing. He's Miss Cleo up in this bitch. Like, how do you know everything? Like,
Really be like, how long do villains last? Like, and then when you go into history, they last for a while. Manny Louise lasted a long
oh, he
time.
was crazy.
Last a long time. Um,
Zakar was kind of funny though. I ain't gonna say he was crazy too, but he was more
I
funny.
miss the Zakaras. Free Johnny.
At
Free
this rate, he
Johnny
might as well come.
Zakara.
He might as well come back too. Get it popping with Lulu. You know what I'm saying? Like, why
Nah,
not?
dead
Like,
ass.
oh my God, yeah, it's been a lot. The kissing, but like, I just hate how like Scout is just really used as this bargaining trip between the adults. Like, it's disgusting to me. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, she does have Alexis in her corner, but then it's just like she folds so easily. I don't feel like she really fights, you know what I'm saying, for Sam's children the way that she should.
Mm,
That's just me
I
as a
get that.
Cassadine, and I know she be worried about her law license and all of that other stuff, but you a Cassadine girl, like,
Yeah, because you need to like you know the truth about Willow.
yeah.
Why you letting this little girl play you?
Like what? And you allowed to live here? You know, but then again, her being like, I'll lift everybody's restraining orders is kind of like, then Danny gets to see her. Then I'm like, okay, like, like, all right, well, we'll move with that, just a little bit. So yeah. Um, Also about so Delia's baby, I kind of figured that was gonna happen, and then like watch the daddy or like her family come and try to get the baby. Watch.
Brooklyn gonna fall in love.
Mm-hmm.
I just love the baby. They took the baby from me. This is my baby. Like you can see it now.
You
The
you can
writing is on the wall.
You can see it's gonna happen. I just wonder if it's just gonna be the baby daddy, or maybe like her family member comes in and like no, like da 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 da, and it's gonna happen right when the adoption is about to take place. Like, like it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
I agree.
Also, like Dante and Elizabeth, Lord Jesus, they are cute
I
though.
told y'all this a couple weeks ago. I said, I
Yeah,
am testing. You like they better not
I'm,
be.
they better, and I said they better not be, and of course they are, because I was just like, damn, why Sam and Elizabeth always got to share partners? But even with Rick, they shared him too. I'm like, damn.
It was one night only that changed everything.
I'm
A
like,
summer
damn.
night in a blackout, everything was crazy.
That was crazy. That's when GH used to really write too for soaps. I was like, damn, but they're cute. I have to admit, look, but the thing with Dom too, Dom is a fine looking man, and I
Yeah,
just feel like he has chemistry with just any woman that you put him with. Like, that's just how I view it. I still feel, even as an Elizabeth fan, I was definitely a Sante fan. I just really did like Sam and Dante together. I felt like they were an adult relationship with a blended family, and I just love to see. And there was so much story there about what a blended family could look like. But of course, you know how GH is.
it was
Um,
beautiful.
it really was. And Scout was treated as a freaking human being and not as a
It was
pawn.
beautiful. It was beautiful.
Yeah. So, we'll leave that there. It looks like they're gonna get back into Molly's endometriosis. Took me a moment. Had to break it on down in syllables. Former teacher here. Uh, so, it looks like that's like picking back up. Hero, like, oh, she's pregnant. No, you don't be the woman. No, she's not. I can't see her being pregnant right now. It looks like they really want to stay firm with that she's not or whatever.
Yeah.
Which is cool. I don't really like Cody like that, or her with him.
Mm,
But I mean,
mm,
y'all like it, I love it, I guess. You know what I'm saying? So,
mm.
I also have to say too, Portia and her little pregnant belly is so cute. And
It
also
is with these little church dresses on and cardigans. Like,
Word. And also noting that, like, I really do like her and Isaiah together. They feel so mature. I like how he went to freaking Trina and really told her about herself too. Like, because y'all always want to let this man named freaking Curtis, that bald-headed scallywag, freaking skate over everything like he wasn't having an emotional affair with freaking Jordan. Please get out of my freaking face with that. Like, and also noting that they had already broke up. She told that man, "You walk out that door, we done." And it was done. And then she went and she got her back blown out by Isaiah. And I know that's right. Like, I don't care. Like, yes, girl, go ahead and lie. Portia's a liar, and I know she lied. I don't care. I'm a rock with her over bald head Scallywag. Because he ain't no better. That part. So even with Jordan, I don't think Jordan is pregnant or whatever. Like, so they of course had their whole like confrontation and thing. But I just feel like Jordan is such a pick me now, and she didn't used to be that
Mhm.
way. And I hate that for her. You had Zeke, you had Isaiah, like you had some good man. There could have been some potential story there with Zeke, but of course, GH loves to fumble the ball. Like Gavin Houston wasn't out here booked and busy. Don't play with him. You know what I'm saying? So like here you go again. But that's how they maneuver, that's how, they work. So it is what it is type of thing. Do you have any thoughts on them?
No, I feel like it's the same with me. All the black people don't have to be intertwined in the same storyline. I do want Jordan to be pregnant though.
You do.
I
She's
do
just
want
gonna lose
Jordan
the
to be
baby. They
pregnant.
can't have two black babies.
Like I want to see what that storyline is like. And I also want the test results to be wrong and Isaiah be the father of
Ah,
baby.
from your lips to God's ears. I'm like,
So,
both these kids can't be.
and I don't like how they're like I don't like Trina's perspective.
Yeah, at
And
all.
I don't like how they're keeping that her perspective.
Yeah. At all. Like they're keeping her like she's a 12-year-old kid. And I
Yeah.
just like trip over because Trina never used to be that way. They regressed her character so
I
much.
don't
It's
even
so
know that man.
upsetting. Don't even know him.
So
Don't even know him.
that's
It
fine.
is,
No.
I just can't with them. Like, I just be tired. I just be so tired. Um, Essentially, I was saving the best for last. Valentine is an eater, y'all. He's an eater.
We knew, okay. We knew it was gonna happen.
We
We
did.
we knew it was Jocelyn though. Like
Girl, who are you talking to?
she
Who are you
looked
talking
so girl, you the one that's in the WSB. Your mama been out here saving fugitives for years. This is
to?
her
Years.
MO. What do you mean? Jason was just here in the house what, about 2 years ago. You talking about
Yes,
they're
this is what
harboring
she
fugitives. He ain't the first, nor will he be the last.
she
Like
stay aiding and abetting. That's her
it's,
thing. What are you
it's
talking?
Carly. Like, what do
Exactly.
you mean?
Do you
She
know
was
your
so
mother?
confused. She was so confused. But like Jocelyn, you the one that's out here with a double life following people. Then you want to run and tell Jason, Mama up there with Valentine. Like,
What he gonna do?
I'm gonna go tell my goddaddy.
See where he goes. Like, yeah, and like Carly is grown as hell. She's been, she's a low key, she's done things and crimes and all that other stuff like that. Like, come on, like your
You
mother
ain't
has
new
been
to this, baby.
she Tony Jones and act like she was crazy. Okay, like she's been knowing about Sonny's dealing in the underworld business forever. Like,
Forever been covering for let it have been Tamara. If it had been Tamara, I bet you Jocelyn wouldn't have went up there in that attic all surprise. Because
word.
Tamara for me was the perfect mob wife description when she played
Oh
Carly.
yeah, definitely. It was something about her, like she just had that. You know what
She
I'm
had
saying?
it like I mess with men in the underground. Like
Yeah. I mean, because she even had amazing chemistry with Ted
Alcazar
King's
too.
Bailey. Yeah, I play Alcazar. Like, they were good. And even for me, I was low key more of an Alcazar and Carly fan than I was a Sunny and Carly fan. And people already know I have something against Sunny and Carly because for her to be coming down those steps at the Sheeta, I will say it all the time. I don't care. It's like seared in my brain as a child. Her coming down the steps, Jason getting shot, like it just but that will forever bother me. Like it's just like because that was his friend. I know it worked out for me, but that was his friend. I have a thing
It,
about friendships. Don't f me over on my friendship,
well,
y'all.
hey, if it's anybody, and then with him, with everything that's going on with Britt, he tell Carly, "I feel like I'm abandoning you." I had to turn it off. And he switched gears. I'm sorry, but that
You should be worried about your freaking sons,
why you so worried about
Jason.
why it did. Okay, so that's the thing. As far as like guardianship of Danny between Alexis, Tracy, Michael. He was like, "What about Carly?" Tracy said, "Hell no." Tracy and Alexis at the same time. I love that scene. They said, "Hell no, Carly ain't finna get him." Like, and he just so confused. Like, boy, you know Carly ain't Carly. Like, what you
And
mean?
it's just like Jason. At the end of the day, you know how the Quartermains feel about Carly. especially Tracy.
And you
She lets
think
things
she's gonna
slide
be
for
good?
Michael.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and you know damn well Alexis ain't for that either. Like, what? I feel like for me, if it was like, I would be like, Danny, like, what do you want to do? Or like, how do you feel about, because he's a teenager, how do you feel about splitting your time?
Yeah, I
You know,
like them with the idea of giving him the boathouse.
yeah.
That's like the boxcar equivalent for me. Like,
Oh, yeah, not the
and
box
I was
car.
trying not to like get all sentimental with it, but it got sentimental for me. I'm like, y'all giving Jason Baby his own boxcar. Like, it's just
Loki, she was trying to, Tracy trying to bribe him to stay in a Quartermain household.
now what you want? What you want? You want another who you want a horse?
Yeah, you know this
You
is
want
your
we
home, right?
because we can fix this paint, right? You like this?
Yeah, and then they didn't. You could use guilt. You know your grandmother Monica.
Right. Come on, they love you in the house, Danny. But you gotta go
Hmm.
clean up. But after you clean up, all the land is yours. What you
All the
want?
land is yours. Like, stop playing. So, yeah. Oh my goodness. Also, the whole Lulu, Maxie, Nathan thing.
We knew
Um,
that was coming.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
glad it's not. I feel like it's not as much as a triangle that some people wanted it to be. But I
Hmm.
feel like that's really respectful towards Spinelli too.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling y'all right now, if they try to like dismiss Maxie and Spinelli and everything that's been going on with Spinelli taking care of the kids and the history that they have, because Maxie and
Okay.
Spinelli's history is longer than
Yep.
Maxie and Nathan.
Yep. Been around for what? Like we could say now for 20, almost 20 years.
Yeah,
Like,
GFC 07.
yeah, almost 20 years now. So like, he was there when Georgie died and all of that
Mhm.
stuff. He's been through a lot with Maxie. So like, it's also like put some respect on their relationship and what they had.
Yeah.
Granted, I understand that Maxie and Nathan, like, they had a lot of chemistry and she did like love him down too, but things change. Like, I love
Mhm.
it when I'm able to see our women characters get more mature. I feel like I saw that with Sam, and I do see it with Maxie as well. Like, there
Yeah.
has to be a point where maturity hits, and for her to realize too, like, I do love Spinelli. He stayed by my side when I was sick. He did right by our children, because low key
Mhm.
it's our children now. Like, it
Yeah, he's
really
like
is.
he's more reserved. He's a
Yeah,
father,
yeah.
like Maxie's a mother. Like they have a life together. And I love that it wasn't a debate. It wasn't a, oh, I don't know who I'm gonna pick. Like, yes, Spinelli had that fear because he like Nathan was the love of her life,
Yeah. Where
He
does that leave
died.
me? Like,
Where does that leave me? Because he's felt like he was a consolation prize. And I do like how those
mm,
scenes when he started having those fears, he went to his bestie. Like he went to Jason. I was like,
and I did appreciate him talking to Brooklyn too, though. Like,
yes,
yeah.
yes.
Those were good. And I do like to see a man, be vulnerable and like talk about his feelings and
Hmm.
essentially being able to move forward. I felt like those are some good scenes. And this is where I'm like, all right, GA, sometimes you do have some hits and
Yeah.
we'll be missing.
You show the connection. You show the connection to history, like the friendship,
Yes.
the bonds. We
Because
like
they
that.
hate it. They hate to do it. They hate to do it. Oh my God. Anything else on General Hospital?
I think that's it. I was thinking about that. Nope.
All right, yeah. So I have been watching Young and the Restless again. So yes, Victor Newman is just doing a lot. It's still the same ish going on with the companies and all of that stuff. Victor just kidnapping people left and right. He done got Jack. Now everybody's trying to find Jack, and he done got crazy lady Patty, Patty Williams, to be up in that room with him, and all of that other stuff. So, it it's really hard because the thing is with the Young and the Restless, like, so if I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I am entertained, especially just by the way that certain people act. Like Susan Walters Ashby is that woman too. Like I love her down as Diane. Like she really elevates, and there are just some actors who whatever material they're getting, they're still gonna elevate it to where it needs to be. Like period. Also like the Mariah story. I just feel like sometimes they don't show it enough, and also the Young and the Restless ain't young, it's just restless. They need to get their
And,
younger people on there. Like Reed needs to be there.
that's
Katie and Johnny need to be there. Charlie, Maddie, like I could go on and on. Moses, Faith. That's like seven young characters who have been birthed into like families of significance, whether it's the Newmans, Winters, Abbotts, like it's just, whatever. And they needed to bring Allie back too for Noah and have a whole triangle. I would have been fine with Noah, with it being Noah, Allie, and um Audra. Since I can't have my Naudra together, I'm never gonna forgive y'all for that. Since I can't have that, like that should have been something too, because Allie is an Abbott. I'm always the girl that's gonna be like play into the history. Period. Um, Also it is March, so it's still Women's History Month. So don't forget that. Maybe next week we can talk about, some of our favorite women-led
Okay.
storylines or
Okay.
favorite women-led characters. Like, because if it wasn't for women watching soaps wouldn't be around to this time. And I still see like people on Twitter being like, General Hospital, 64 years old. Yes, and Guiding Light is about like 52, if I'm not mistaken. Like
Yes.
Days is like 50. Like we could go on and on and on. So yeah, we don't play about our soaps.
Period.
Um on that note, I just want to thank you so much for joining us on the Soap Bar podcast. Baby, we are back. We should be back next week. Also noting if I would give the what to follow us, but to be honest, like my mind is kind of escaping me, but TikTok is um soap underscore wire or soap dot wire, and then same thing for IG, soap underscore wire or soap dot wire. And I'm just gonna leave it at that today because I gotta refresh my memory, y'all. It's been a month. Work with me. I'm usually like spilling it off. I can't do it today. I can't do it, y'all. Neen, do you want to give any of your social media handles, or are you like next week, girl?
Okay, let me think about it. Instagram, Neen_Amanda, Neen_ the therapist. That's all I got. Hey.
Hey, we'll be better next week. Thank you so much for walking with us and thanks for being understanding. We're doing the best we can. We work about 2 to 3 jobs between us, and we'll be back and we'll see you next week. So thank you for being with the Soap Bar brought to you by the TV Cave. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.